Hey guys, I'm Shenae Grimes-Beech, and in today's video, I am talking all about contouring and highlighting. I did cover this a little bit in my Flawless Foundation video, which I will link to in my video description below and probably somewhere on the screen right now. But I am going to go far more in depth and give you a really long-lasting contour and highlight, one that will last you from day to night, or go really well with a more heavy glam look if that's what you're going for. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe, pretty please, to my channel before you take off. I post new videos on here pretty much every week, so you don't want to miss that. It's good stuff. Forgive my weird little scarf thingy. I just needed to tie my hair back somehow so you could see everything that I'm doing with my contouring and highlight. Let's get started. I have already prepped and primed my face. I did a little bit of color correction already as well. As you can see, I've got some blemishes, acne scars, sunspots, all that fun stuff. So I do like to do a little bit of color correcting before I get started with my makeup. I am going to do my foundation. I'm actually using two shades, a darker and a lighter, because I think I'm kind of somewhere in between these two colors. This is Dior Skin's Nude Air Foundation. I love this stuff because it is super, super lightweight. It really doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything on my skin. It doesn't get cakey as the day goes on. So it's just really good for kind of day-to-day wear. So what I like to do is actually use my hand as a palette. You have to move somewhat quickly and try to not have shaky hand syndrome. If you are nervous while applying your makeup for any reason, this stuff will go everywhere. Now that my foundation is on, I'm just gonna blend it in a little bit with my Beauty Blender. I am going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit. I love this thing. It's got a lot of great shades in it. There's a few different browns that are very, very slightly different. Because I can't really tell too much of what the difference is between these, I usually just kind of mix and match. I'm going to mix my colors, probably between the two lighter shades mainly. Get some on there and start drawing on my face. Because I have quite a large cheek to chin area, I am really going to stick to my cheekbone line. I want it to be quite low because I really like to minimize this space on my face. I have quite a small forehead, so I typically stick to really close to my hairline, but I like to go all the way down and connect it to that line. Ultimately, you're making a kind of 3 shape with your brush. And then again, I really like to define my chin more, so I kind of go up a little bit here and then back down to drag it along my jawline. You can see there's kind of like a little mountain on my chin, and connecting it again so that it is that 3 shape that we're going for. So you basically want to use your contour to create shadows where you want them. So accentuating your cheekbones is a big one. I have a really large space between my cheek and my chin, so I try to minimize that by keeping my cheekbone line quite true to my cheekbone and lower. I know that sometimes people who have really small faces, they want to accentuate that, so they actually draw their contour line a little bit above their natural cheekbone. I'm sticking to my true cheekbone here. And then I also have, I don't know, just kind of like a blocky chin that I don't love. So I try to carve out a little extra lump on my jawline that helps to just really define my chin and separate it from my jawline. Next, I'm going to contour my nose, and again, I am just trying to kind of reshape my nose. Some people have a bit of a lump up here at the bridge of their nose or just below the bridge of their nose. where they want to hide that. Mine is relatively straight there, but I have quite a bulbous tip of my nose, so I like to really narrow that out with my contour. So I'm just gonna carry that line straight down, giving the illusion of a flawless nose. And then also, I like to really paint in the underside of my nose because it droops down more than I like it to. So just creating a shadow where there isn't one to try and minimize the attention that's drawn to that area of your face. And lastly, I am going to do a little baby bit of a shadow right under my bottom lip. As you can see, just by adding this little bit of contour under my bottom lip, it creates a false shadow that actually makes my bottom lip look bigger. So that's awesome. Look, no nose job, no lip injections, but we're creating it with makeup. So before I use my beauty blender, I actually like to use this kind of flat round foundation brush to just start blending everything, just in really light circular motions. And the key is to really blend lightly because you don't want to remove all of the makeup that you've just done to contour your face. You want to just soften it all. Once your cream contour is done, I'm gonna go in with a creamy concealer to highlight all of the other areas where I want to add some light and contrast with the shadows that I created with my contour. I'm using my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealers because I love them. I'm basically gonna go in all of the negative space that I didn't touch with my contour. So I like to do a line right here just to really define that area again. Cover my chin in a little triangular shape. My smile lines. Do another triangle on my forehead. And of course my under eyes. And then I go in with a slightly lighter concealer and just do one little swipe at the inner corners of my eye to really add a nice little brightness there. Now I'm just gonna pat it all in with my beauty blender. Okay, now that my concealer and contour cream are all blended in together, I'm just gonna add a little powder to my face to make sure everything sets and does not move. I'm using my Kat Von D Lock-It Brightening Powder in Petal for my under eyes because I find this powder to just be so super fine that it doesn't crease up in my under eye as the day goes on. But I am gonna pat out my under eye just to get any clumpy concealer out from the wrinkles under my eye before I put the powder on. For the rest of my face, I am going to start by using some of my Makeup Forever Super Matte Loose Powder on my beauty blender to go over any areas that I know to be oily and just not wear very well over time. And then I will just use a big soft brush to brush the rest all over my face. Okay, to finish off my contour, I'm actually gonna go back in with a powder bronze color. This is from my Becca palette. What is it? The Becca Après-Ski Glow Face Palette. They've got a bunch of amazing highlight colors in here. There's about 4 highlight colors. They've got a really cute blush, which I'm also gonna use, and then they have this nice bronzer color. So I'm just gonna dab some of this on my really big fan brush that I love to use for bronzing. I'm gonna go back over all of the places that I contoured with my cream. First, just kind of drawing a line, and then just using the fan to fan it out and blend it nicely. Before I get into my highlight, I'm just gonna add that little pop of blush that I told you about from the same Becca palette onto my cheeks. These are my two favorite highlight palettes. One is that Becca one that I've been using so far, and this one is from Huda Beauty. It's the 3D highlighter palette. I really love the shades in both of these. I actually don't even know which one I want to use right now. To keep it really simple, I think I'm going to use the Huda Beauty one because the Seychelles color is quite like a neutral, really basic highlight. But I really love the icy highlight in here for more extreme highlight looks. The pink one is really, really pretty just for kind of day to day. And then if you've got a nice tan going on, the gold and the copper are gorgeous as well. But I'm going to use Huda Beauty for now. So to highlight my cheeks, which I do love to do, again, I'm just gonna go in with this Seychelles color. That's gonna be the only highlight I'm using today because I think it's a really nice basic highlight shade. I'm just gonna go in right where the apple of my cheek is, kind of sitting on top all the way to my temple. So a diagonal line in that direction. Bam. And then using a smaller brush, I'm gonna get some of that Seychelles color and I'm going to go right under my eyebrow, along my brow bone and out into my temple. So you're kind of creating this V shape. Also gonna get the inner corners of my eyes. And then for my nose, I like to go down just below the kind of bridge of your nose, right in between your eyebrows, starting just below that. And then I go for a short line, and then I do a horizontal line right at the tip of my nose. And you can just blend it in a bit with your fingers so it's not too extreme. And lastly, just in my Cupid's bow right here. All right, that is it. My chiseled, contoured, and highlighted face is all done. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a little bit about how simple it really can be to contour and highlight your face. It's nice when you get to play with makeup and just make yourself feel a little bit more confident when you walk out of the house. If you guys liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and let me know what you thought, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel before you take off. All right, I will see you in the next one.